Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've noticed some intriguing movements, some strategic shifts that could reshape not only individual teams but the entire division, especially the AFC North. And let's face it, no team is more involved in this story right now than our beloved Baltimore Ravens. We've got some hot off-the-press news that could have serious ripple effects, and I'm here to break it down for you, step by step in detail, because this isn't just about a player or a trade. It's about the future trajectory of this franchise, about how the Ravens are positioning themselves for another serious Super Bowl push. So let's set the scene. The NFL trade deadline and the months leading up to it are always a time of intense speculation, strategic maneuvers, and sometimes shocking moves. This year, the buzz is centered around a potential blockbuster involving none other than Calais Campbell, the veteran defensive lineman who's been a cornerstone of Baltimore's defense for years now. According to Diana Rossini, a trusted NFL insider, the Arizona Cardinals, who are currently in a full rebuild, are weighing their options and considering trading Campbell. And that makes perfect sense when you look at their situation. They're 2-6 this season, and with a clear focus on rebuilding, they're prioritizing assets and cap space over veteran stability. The Cardinals are facing a significant cap deficit, around $13 million for 2026, and they're trying to clear space to rebuild with younger players, especially on the offensive line and the defense. What's interesting is that Campbell, despite being 37 years old, remains an absolute force on the field. Since entering the league in 2008, he's accumulated over 1,000 tackles, 105 sacks, and has been selected to 3 Pro Bowls. His PFF grade as an interior defensive lineman is a solid 88.2, which places him among the top-tier veterans in the league. Even in 2025, he's been productive. 45 tackles in just 8 games, including a game-changing 4 sacks against the Rams in Week 5. His stop rate, which measures how often he's able to prevent plays from gaining yards, stands at an impressive 16%, and his EPA per tackle, a key indicator of impact, is plus 0.19. Plus, he's still versatile, contributing 5 tackles for loss and maintaining a run grade of 87.5. Despite his age, Campbell's stamina remains high, playing 85% of the snaps this season, and he's still forcing missed blocks and winning double-team blocks at an elite level, exceeding league averages. Now, why would the Cardinals trade Campbell? Well, the primary reason is cap management. They're trying to shed salary to get under the cap for 2026, and trading away a veteran like Campbell would bring in a valuable 4th-round pick in 2026, which fits their rebuild timeline perfectly. They're also looking to focus on youth, especially after Kyler Murray's performance this season, where his PFF grade is 81.4 and turnovers are manageable but still concerning. The defense, which has been allowing roughly 27 points per game, needs an infusion of talent and leadership, and trading Campbell could free up some cap space and assets to help bolster their roster. On the other side of this equation, we have the Baltimore Ravens, who are actively looking to strengthen their defensive front. The Ravens, with around $22 million in cap space, are in need of veteran leadership along the defensive line, guys who can not only contribute on the field but also serve as mentors to the younger players. After the injury to Robinson, who was placed on injured reserve and has missed 4 games, the run defense has seen a notable decline, allowing about 140 rushing yards per game. That's a stark contrast to what we expect from a team with playoff aspirations, and it's clear that bolstering the defensive line with veteran presence is a priority. Campbell, with his track record, would be a perfect fit. He's a stabilizing force, a true run stopper, someone who can anchor the defensive line, mentor rookies like Wharton, and help the team tighten up those run gaps that have been a problem recently. Let's talk about what Campbell would bring specifically to the Ravens. His impact on the interior line would be immediate. Right now, Majibuik is having a fantastic season with a PFF grade of 88.5, and he's projected to add around 12 tackles for loss in 2025. but adding Campbell into the mix elevates the entire front seven. His presence alone could increase tackles for loss by around 12, improving the run defense efficiency significantly. His ability to draw double teams opens up opportunities for others, and his stop rate of 16% and EPA per tackle of plus 0.19 would help reduce big plays and explosive runs. The Ravens have been struggling with inconsistent sacks and run stopping, especially against more physical teams like the Browns, who allow around 120 rushing yards per game. Campbell's leadership and consistent play could be the missing piece to turn that around. His experience, especially in high-pressure playoff situations, is invaluable. Imagine him mentoring Wharton, helping him avoid penalties and creating a more disciplined, cohesive defensive line that can dominate the trenches. The impact on third-down defense would be significant as well. Currently, the Ravens' third-down stop rate is around 39%, which isn't terrible but could be better. With Campbell's presence, that number could climb to about 46%, giving the defense more chances to get off the field and keep their offense on the attack. Plus, he'd complement other key players like Van Noy, who's been performing well with a PFF grade of 85.6 as an edge rusher. The Ravens' goal is to be more consistent, more dominant in the trenches, and Campbell's addition could be the catalyst for that. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the bigger picture. How this move could impact the Ravens' playoff chances and their overall trajectory in the AFC. With Campbell on board, the Ravens could see their odds of making the playoffs improve significantly. The betting odds currently hover around plus 5.0, but could tighten to plus 3.500 with this kind of upgrade. That's a notable shift and a reflection of how much a veteran presence like Campbell can influence a team's postseason prospects. His ability to disrupt opposing offenses, especially against teams like the Browns, who rely heavily on the run, makes him an X-factor in those crucial matchups. Plus, with the Ravens projected to add at least 2 more wins in simulations, this move could be the final piece that pushes them into serious Super Bowl contention. The Ravens' front office is well aware that they're in a window where every move counts. After a season where they've shown flashes of brilliance, thanks to Lamar Jackson's playmaking ability, the emergence of rookies, and a strong coaching staff, they understand that adding a veteran like Campbell could be the difference between just making the playoffs and making a deep run. The team's culture, which emphasizes grit, toughness, and resilience, aligns perfectly with Campbell's leadership style. His experience, combined with his relentless motor and ability to play at a high level even at 37, makes him an ideal candidate to help guide this team through the playoff grind. And let's not forget about the historical context. Campbell's legacy isn't just about his stats. Although they're impressive, it's about his leadership, his professionalism, and his ability to elevate those around him. His leadership on and off the field has been a hallmark of his career, and I have no doubt he'd be a huge influence in the Ravens' locker room. He's the kind of player who can rally a team, inspire rookies, and help set the tone for a championship-caliber defense. The Ravens have been building a strong team culture, and adding someone like Campbell could solidify that even further, creating a legacy that transcends individual stats. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about the specifics. What does this mean for the upcoming games? Well, if the trade goes through, expect Campbell to step in immediately as a run-stopping force, providing stability against teams that rely heavily on ground attacks. His experience against high-powered offenses will be invaluable as the Ravens face playoff-caliber teams down the stretch. Plus, his mentorship could help Wharton and other young linemen develop their skills and avoid costly penalties, something that's plagued the defense at times this season. The synergy created by this move could be the turning point that elevates the Ravens' defense from good to elite, especially in high-stakes games. In conclusion, folks, what we're witnessing here is more than just a trade. It's a strategic move that shows the Ravens' commitment to winning now and building for the future. It's about adding a proven leader, a relentless competitor, and a game-changer to a team that's already got the talent and the drive. The trade for Calais Campbell, if it happens, will be remembered as a masterstroke, solidifying the trenches, boosting the defense, and possibly pushing Baltimore over the edge to Super Bowl glory. As the Ravens continue their campaign, this move could very well be the defining moment of this season, a move that fans will look back on with pride and gratitude. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, let's go Ravens.